All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Marlon with Quality Trucking Equipment out of Clare, Michigan. The only thing we do here is build hook lift trucks. And so today we are going to do a very simple video on how a hook lift truck operates. This is by customer request. We have customers that are brand new in the business. We have customers that are going from their cable trailer to a hook lift truck and they don't quite understand how a hook lift truck operates. So stay with us as we jump into this video. We're going to jump right in and start with the PTO and switches inside the cab. Let's go. All right, guys, step number one, start the truck. Flip your PTO on. Button right here on the dash. Get your light. This truck does have the 3000 series transmission giving you live PTO. You also have the hot shift PTO. We're going to have another video coming out with more information on that. You can flip that PTO on while you're driving around the yard, under 5 miles per hour. Click your cruise on. Set it to high idle. This will automatically go to 1400 RPMs. When you flip that on and run your truck at higher RPMs, that will make your hoist run faster. Now, if you don't have the high idle, you can use your foot throttle. The neat thing about these new trucks, they are programmed that you can't over rev it. You know, if I use the foot throttle or the cruise, it will only go to 1400 RPMs. So there's no chance of over revving the system and putting too much pressure out. So it's all set from factory. Next, we have got our swap loader controls here. These are electric over hydraulic. This is how we order all our hoists in the under CDL trucks. We feel that that is a better option. It's a more expensive option, but we feel it's a better option than the cables. A lot of you guys are used to the old cables that operate the controls. Well, when you're in northern climate with snow, salt, and ice, they freeze up. It happens very often. They don't move. They're right here in your way. So we feel the electric controls are better. It's also got a tethered cord. You can stand outside and operate the hoist. You also have the option of adding a remote control to this setup here, a remote that will run the hoist and the tarp. So that's a really neat option that you can add. Okay, before we hop out of this truck and show you the operation of the hoist, I just want to point out the backup camera. All of our trucks are built with a backup camera. That makes it really nice for when you're hooking up your dumpster. You can see the arm coming down and the hook is right there to get your dumpster. Another thing that every one of our trucks has is strobe lights, front and back. And that's a simple button right here. Flip them on and you've got safety when you're running that can, hooking that can out along the road or wherever you are. So let's hop out, take a look. All right, guys, we are ready to show you how a hook lift operates. How well I remember the first time I ran a hook lift truck. I had absolutely no clue how to do it, and it was very easy to learn. I did it one time, and I knew how to do it. Here we got the controls on a tethered cord. You can stand outside here and operate the hoist. Now, you can mount this control box inside the cab if you would so like that. Most of our customers want it loose so they can stand outside. So we leave it loose in the cab. You can choose how you want to do it. First thing you want to do is make sure your hook height is set correctly. All of our hoists come in this size with the adjustable 36 or 54 inch hook height. If you have that set to the wrong hook height to your dumpster, you can still pick up that dumpster. It just won't load properly. So our dumpster's at 54 inch hook height. We got our hook lift set to 54 inch, which is by far the most common, and it's kind of the industry standard is 54 inch. So if you're new to the industry, we highly recommend that you start out at 54 inch. So there's two different modes on a hook lift. You have your pickup mode and you have your dump mode. So this is set for the pickup mode right now. The jib is slid the whole way back and it will pivot right here. When it's in the pickup mode, it will pivot right here. When it's in the dump mode, which all you gotta do is slide the jib ahead, it pivots back here. So, first thing we'll do is we'll show the pickup mode and then the dump mode. So let's go. All right, guys, to go into the pickup mode, you simply gotta run the jib the whole way back. And that's this button here. Click the button forward, your jib goes the whole way back. Now you got the white button. Click that back and that will go in the pickup mode to pick up your dumpster. Actually go forward, how's that? That'll pivot up front here and that will go the whole way back to pick up your dumpster. And we'll show more of that in a little bit. Put that back down. We're going to show you the dump mode without a dumpster on it. To go into the dump mode, simply slide your jib ahead, and that locks that whole subframe as one unit, and it will now pivot at the back. Slide the jib ahead, click it, and as soon as that jib goes 2 inches forward, it locks it in. And then you again go back to the white button and click it to go into your dump mode. Now you can see that whole subframe is all locked together, and that is your dump mode when you are dumping the contents in your dumpster. So we're going to go back down, and we're going to pick up a dumpster next to show you exact operations of that. I do have the truck running at an idle, so you can hear me talk. Now, if this was at revved up to 1,400 RPMs, that hoist would move faster. All right, guys, we're ready to pick up a dumpster. Let's hop in, and we'll show you how to do it from inside the cab. Let's go. All right, guys, we're going to go into the pickup mode now, and remember, the way to do that is to slide the jib the whole way back. So I'm going to show it like this. I can't see what I'm doing, but hopefully the camera will pick it up. All right, jib's going back. That will put us in the pickup mode. I'm going to speed up my RPMs, and that way you can see how fast that hoist operates with it at 1,400 RPM. And now that arm is going to go the whole way back to grab the dumpster. The other nice thing about a Hooklift truck is you can back into your dumpster at an angle or straight. You can pick that up, hook it, pull it out, load it. And we'll show you that as well. All right, our hook is down. We're ready to back up. Grab onto it. All right, we're ready to get the hook hooked into the dumpster. And you're going to look at your camera, bring that hook down until it's at the hook bar, and back into it until you can feel it click. Now, the first time you do this, you're going to bump into it. You're not going to have the right height. It doesn't matter. The dumpster is going to be able to withstand the beating. The Hooklift is going to be able to withstand the beating. Your first couple tries, you might actually want to get out and look at it, physically look at it, make sure you're at the right height, and then back into it until you get used to it, and then use your camera. All right, guys, we're all lined up. We got our hook height correct. We're going to just ease right into it and see if we can hook the dumpster. Got my controls here. I can use the mirror or my camera. And usually you can feel it click in, and I did right there. So I'm going to go back to neutral, and we're going to pick her right up, and it's that simple. The dumpster's coming up. I can see it on my camera screen. So you could be in any mode here. I'm in neutral, but you could be in drive. We could pull ahead, straighten out as we're loading this dumpster up. Live PTO, still running. Click neutral, set your park brake, bring that dumpster right up on the truck. Dumpster's the whole way down. We're going to go back to this red lever here and run our jib forward. And that'll bring the dumpster the whole way up. And there you go. That's simple. All right, that was the pickup mode. We're ready to go to the dump mode. Simply hit the lift button forward, and that puts you in the dump mode. Now, just remember, if you have a full load of trash on this dumpster, before you go into the dump mode, you're going to want to make sure that your tarp is wound up the whole way and that your dumpster door is open. You don't want to try to open that after your dump is up in the air. We're also going to show you how steep of a dump angle this has when you're dumping fully extended. That's really, really important on these trucks, because when you got a full load of trash and it doesn't slide out, a good dump angle will very much help you get that trash out of there. And we'll show you that. We'll jump outside and take a look at that. So you don't have to worry about your dumpster coming off the rear rollers. It's going to stay right on there unless you do a lot of jerking and carrying on, trying to shake the trash out. But we have it almost fully extended, and you can see how good of a dump angle that is for this 16-foot, 20-yard dumpster that we have on here today. And there we are, fully extended. All right, we showed you with the dumpster the whole way up, and now we're ready to simply bring it back down. And while we do that, just remember, if you're unloading trash, a lot of times what guys will do is they'll take the dumpster the whole way up, trash slides out, pull the truck ahead to let all the trash and debris get out of your dumpster, and then bring your dumpster down. Remember to watch for overhead power lines. That dumpster goes way up in the air, fully extended. You want to make sure that there's nothing in the way. You hit overhead power lines with this and you've got a catastrophe on your hands. Okay guys, just remember one important thing when you're pulling that dumpster up on the truck and the hoist, you want to be lined up, you want to be straight so that the rails go onto the rear rollers correctly and that you don't come up at an angle and they hop outside of the roller. Make sure you're straight with the dumpster so it comes up evenly and smoothly. If you do happen to run it off the roller, you can usually just reverse the arm, push the dumpster back, and straighten out. The other option is to go grab a forklift and lift the back of the dumpster up and get it straightened out. If there seems to be pressure anywhere, don't try to do more damage by running the hook. Get a forklift. All right, our dumpster's the whole way down and we're ready to take this dumpster off the truck so we can go get another full one. Simply hit the jib cylinder, run your jib the whole way back, and that will again put you in the pickup mode. So run our jib the whole way back and then go to the lift and it is going to take your dumpster back and take the dumpster off the truck. So there's a couple ways you can do this. You can run that back until the rollers hit the ground and you can run the dumpster back with the hook arm. You can let it push back or you can release your brakes and let it push the truck ahead, whichever is easiest. But if you're on a nice flat macadam surface, the dumpster will easily roll back on its own. And you simply take that dumpster the whole way back till it's on the ground. Take your hook down another inch or so and it will be unhooked and you can pull out. Dumpster hit the ground. I went a little bit past. Release brakes, hit your drive, and you pull out. It's that simple. Now you're going to see some guys running down the road with their hoist in this position. They think they can save time by leaving the hook back so that when they get to their next dumpster they can quickly grab it. That is not the okay way to drive down the road. That is putting undue pressure on your cylinders. You need to bring this back to the stored position when you're ready to drive down the road, and that's simply bring it back and slide your jib forward. Then you're ready to go down the road. So the easiest thing to remember is just whatever you did the first time, reverse that process. So you're going to bring your hoist back up here with the lift button, reverse that process, bring the lift back into the stored position, and then run your jib ahead. All right, guys, one of the most important things on this truck is the tarp system. You have to cover your load of garbage before you go down the road. So we're gonna hop out now and show you how the US tarp system works on this setup. All right, guys, we're gonna show you the operation of the tarp system now. We switched out the dumpster to a lower sidewall dumpster so you can see the functions of the tarp a little bit better on this setup. This is the US tarp made by Sherco with extendable gantry and LED lights on the back. So you got to cover your load of trash when you're going down the road. That is a must do when you're hauling trash. So no more hand tarping with this setup. You got an automatic tarper with the remote right here. You can clip it on your belt, take it with you. You can also run the tarp system by these controls right here. So you can do it either way. You got two different options here. The US tarp has done very well for us. We sell a lot of these and they're by far the most common. So let's get right in it and show you how this works from the remote. The first thing you want to do is extend your gantry up all the way. When you have a load of trash, you might have a stick in the middle of the dumpster that you can't see. You want to get that tarp up above so you don't drag that tarp across that stick. These tarps are good, but they tear very easily. So any debris can tear that tarp. So put the gantry up first. That's going to be the first thing that you want to do. So turn the remote on. And we're going to extend that gantry up the whole way and then put the tarp back. And that goes well over your dumpster and will not catch on any debris. Run that the whole way back. Put your gantry back down. It'll wrap that load neatly, no debris flying out. And you're ready to go to the landfill. I'll quickly show you the remote. You've got a button for on and off, the green, the red is stop. You got your two buttons here for your gantry, your two buttons here for the tarp in and out, and your LED light right on there. So let's go ahead, put that gantry up to get our tarp back in place. Quick tip of the day, if your tarp winds up uneven, take a dumpster off your truck and run the tarp the whole way back and wind it up again, and almost always it will wind up exactly evenly again. Bring your gantry back down and pull your tarp in the rest of the way. There you go. It's that simple. While we're talking about the tarp, let's look at what US Tarp does right here. You can adjust right here your tarp arms for your different length bins. So let's say you decide to haul an 18-footer on here. You simply loosen these two bolts, pull this pin out, slide these arms back, lengthen your arm here, and you will cover an 18-foot dumpster. Hauling short dumpsters, maybe you're consistently hauling 12 or 14 footers. Just do the exact opposite. Move these forward, shorten your tarp arms, and now you're all set up for 14-foot containers. So it gives you a wide range of variety here of the different length dumpsters that you haul, and I really like that. That's a really neat thing from US Tarp. That's a 5-spring auto tarper. All right, guys, there's one thing that we haven't discussed yet, and that is the body locks. There's one lonely button here that we haven't used, and that's the blue button for the universal body locks. And let's talk about that for a minute, and we'll show you the functions of that. Let's go back here and take a look at it. So every hook manufacturer has their own version of body locks. And so you get your different cans. You got inside locks, outside locks. The locks are different places. Well, Swap Loader came up with this universal body lock. It's hydraulic driven, and it goes on the inside of the rail. These two jaws flip up and clamp down the rail. You have to have your dumpster secured when you're driving down the road. It has to be secured somehow by either locks like this, outside locks, or even a strap, but it has to be secured. So that's something that's really important. It's electric over hydraulic. Hit the button, they engage, the light comes on, you know it's locked in, and then to disengage, you just go the opposite way, and then you can run your dumpster off and on. So it's a good system, takes care of a lot of problems out there, but remember, you have to have your dumpster locked down before you can operate and go down the road. All right, guys, we've showed you how to pick up a dumpster straight on. We're gonna show you now at what kind of an angle you can pick this dumpster up at, because you know, you're gonna drop a dumpster at a job site, you come back to pick it up, and there's a car parked right towards the front of it. How are you gonna pick it up? We're gonna show you now, so I'm gonna jump in and get in position here, so check it out. All right, guys, we got the truck parked here at a hard angle with our dumpster. You're gonna have those situations where you gotta come in at a hard angle to pick it up because there's something in the way over there, and we wanna show you how easy it is to do with a hook lift truck versus a cable truck. So we're gonna get in the truck and we're gonna pick this dumpster up, but remember, you gotta have the dumpster lined up to go on your rollers perfectly straight. So you can't pull the dumpster on the whole way. You gotta lift it up and get straight with the dumpster once you're out in the alley. We're gonna show you how to do that right now, so let's go do it. All right, as you guys just saw, we can pick this dumpster up at an angle. You're gonna have those situations where you can't get perfectly lined up to pick up your dumpster. We just wanted to show you how you can back in at an angle and grab that container and lift it up, pull it on, and then straighten it out. Different than a cable. You'd have a hard time doing that with a cable, but with a hook here, you can do that. You simply lift it up, straighten your truck out, and pull the dumpster on. So we just wanted to quickly show you some of the advantages that you got with this hook lift here. All right, guys, we talked about our adjustable jib height, and we're gonna show you how simple it is to go from a 54-inch to a 36. The first thing you have to do is put your hook in the pickup mode, but do not go the whole way back. You gotta go back to this distance right here so that there's room for it to swing. We're gonna show you how simple it is. You simply take this clip out from this side, pull this clip out right here, lay it down here, come to the other side, put a little bit of pressure on this here to release the pressure off here, pull this pin out, lay your pin right there, Swing that around. Put your pin in, and you're now at 36-inch hook height. For those guys that have the different hook heights, this is how you do it. It's not that hard. One person can easily do it. So makes your truck more valuable when you can run the different hook heights. All right, we'll take her back to 54-inch because we've got to have that for this dumpster anyhow to put it away. So pull this pin out, put a little bit of pressure on here, pull this pin out here, and just make sure you don't let it slam down because it will get you. All right, we're back to 54-inch. Just be careful when you're doing that, it doesn't hit you. 2 people's probably good, but you can do it with 1 person. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. You know, we're probably better at building hook lift trucks than we are at operating them, but I hope you enjoyed it. We want to talk a little bit about the equipment that we have here today. This is a Peterbilt 536 PX7 300 horse Allison transmission. It's got our favorite swap loader on the back, the SL214, 20,000-pound hoist, take up to 16-foot containers. Got the 36-54 adjustable jib height. This does have a 14-foot, 15-yard dumpster on it with the US Tarp. This is by far our most popular size truck. This is a under CDL 26,000 GVW size truck. Very good seller for us. We just want to showcase that. So guys, I really appreciate you watching this video. You know, most of you know how to run a hook lift truck very well, but we get a lot of guys that say, how does a hook lift truck operate? How is it different than a cable? Why would it be faster than a trailer setup? And we hope that we've answered some of those questions for you today, and we appreciate you taking the time to watch it. And please leave your comments below so that we can learn from you. Until next time, keep it quality.